The title of Grandmaster was first officially awarded in 1950. Now, in 2017, at the St. Louis Invitational, that tradition continues. With only 3 rounds to go, only 7 players remain across both fields out of an original possible 14 that can still win their GM or IM norms. For the players eligible to earn a norm, the magic number is 6 points. 6 points out of 9. We must say that it is no guarantee that anybody, not even the winner of each field, will earn a norm. That is a special occurrence. But in this tournament, there is a $15,000 prize fund. The higher you score, the more money you make. As of this post, there are 3 rounds left, and after Monday evening's event, the 2-round-a-day schedule is over, so the players can slow down and breathe a sigh of relief. 1 round Tuesday, 1 round Wednesday, and then playoffs, if necessary, to determine first place in either field. Of the 4 players tied for first in the GM section, 2 of them are Grandmasters. The other 2, the hopefuls, John Burke and Daniel Gurevich, are ones to watch. Can either of them earn a norm and finish this tournament with what they came for? By the time you see this video, round 7 will probably be complete. So the game to watch for round 8 on Tuesday, November 21, is John Burke versus Daniel Gurevich. In the International Master Norm section, after 6 rounds, I'm here with the very charismatic FIDE Master Carissa Yip. Carissa, today you crushed Matt Larson's dreams of getting a norm. How do you feel?
Fantastic.
Wonderful, as she should. So you had the black pieces against Matt. Take us through the game and show us exactly what happened.
Okay, so I had this fantastic opening prep for him. Wait, am I supposed to say the moves out loud?
Yeah, you can narrate this.
Okay. So d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3, bishop b4, f3, c5, d5, d6, e4. And here usually the main move is castles, but I played b5 instead. And b5 is the next move after castles, but b5 right away sort of limits white's options. And so the example is after knight g2, which is the main move after castles. B takes c4, and then this is pretty good for black. So knight f4 takes. So I'm planning to play knight b6, so queen a4 to win back the pawn. Castles, queen takes c4, knight b6, queen d3, knight h5. And so the idea is to play f5, so we played g4 here, which I think wasn't really a good move, because then after queen h4, king d1, and the king is sort of iffy. In the post-game analysis, Matt suggested f5, which was some game that So played, but I didn't really consider it because it's just hanging the knight. So I thought knight f4 was pretty good too. Knight takes, f4, e takes, bishop takes, and basically the whole idea is giving up the pawn. There's going to be a lot of tactics around this area, the king. So queen f6, and so the main idea is first if bishop g3, then knight a4, with the double threat of the c3 pawn and the fork on b2. So king c2, then rook b8, and I think black's position here is pretty good. So bishop retreats back to d2 instead to protect the pawn. Rook b8, and this was in preparation for his next move that I was hoping he would play, rook b1, and this is sort of a blunder because the queen is sort of overloaded here, so bishop a6. And the idea is so queen has to protect the f3 pawn here, so if it doesn't take the bishop on a6, queen e3, then knight takes d5, and then this rook is hanging too, so this is the whole idea of bishop a6, and white's kind of forced to take on a6. So queen takes a6, queen takes f3, queen e2, queen takes h1, king c2, and I think like in this position all white can really hope for is like keeping my queen out of the game, and then he might stand a chance, but the king is still pretty weak over here, so knight a4 to exchange off the rooks and penetrate on b2, so rook b3, c4, so obviously if queen takes c4, then knight c5, and e4 is going to hang and my queen's getting back in the game, so rook b4 because he still doesn't want to give up the b file, rook takes b4, c takes b4, rook b8 with the idea of just playing c3 and then taking the pawn on b4, so a3. Queen takes c4 was an option I considered here, but I think after queen takes h2 then I'm just much better. Still though, it would give him more of a fighting chance than what happened in the game. So a3, a5. So king c1 was sort of a bad move. I guess he didn't really know what to do here. Like I said earlier, queen takes c4 would still probably be best, but he played king c1, which I'm okay with. So a takes b4. There's like a complicated line with c3 here. Bishop f4 takes, a2, queen takes, here, king c2, and I couldn't really find any like outright win for black, I guess, and this is just sort of too complicated, so I figured a takes b4 would just be the easiest. So bishop takes b4 because if a takes then c3, so queen g1, and now the bishop can't play go to e3 to stop my queen from coming back in the game. So king c2, rook c8, and then he just kind of became desperate here and played e5 because like, well, the position's pretty much already lost once the queen comes back to d4. So e5 takes, d6, queen d4, d7, queen takes, d7, queen takes, e5, rook d8. So final touches like if bishop e2 to stop queen d1, then rook e8 would just be winning. So queen e2, queen d4 with mate on b2, so king b1, queen d1, king a2, queen b3, and he resigned here because of king a1, then rook d1, and then mate. So
very nicely done, Carissa. Thank you for joining me down here. I gotta ask though, I've been talking to a lot of people who participate in these norm tournaments, and it always seems like the norm is almost secondary. You know, it's nice if you win in one, but during the games, during the tournament, you're not really thinking about it too much. Where do you stand on the issue?
Yeah, I think I sort of agree with that. Like if I'm doing really well in the tournament, like, and I have norm chances and I'm like start to become like fixated on that, and then my play sort of decreases, so I like try not to focus on the possibility of a norm.
So now you're just, I mean, you got to be thinking of the prize fund at this point.
There's a prize fund?
Yeah.
Oh.
There are prizes for this tournament.
Oh. Okay.
Well, I guess that's a pleasant surprise. Okay. Well, something new to fight for. Carissa, what's next for you after this tournament?
I don't like really have anything big planned, I guess. So like there's this big tournament in Las Vegas around Christmas time, like North American Open, but plane tickets are really expensive, so I'm not gonna go. Besides that, not really much, because like I just started high school and I'm really busy with homework and stuff. So
I'm sure you are. You know, I remember high school and of course college. You know, it's always a lot of work. Well, I'm sure we'll see you back for another invitational tournament, the U.S. Women's Championship, something like that. Thank you very much for joining me, Carissa. Let's take a look at the standings. We're 2/3 of the way through in the IM norm section. In the last 2 rounds, Justin Wang has broken free of the rest of the pack, and he is in sole lead of the IM Norm section. Assuming round 7 has already happened, round 8 has 2 big games: Aaron Grabinski against International Master Torres, and Justin Wang versus Annie Wang. Catch the remaining games, move by move, as it happens on Chess24 and USChessChamps.com on Tuesday, November 21, and Wednesday, November 22, both days at 11 a.m. Playoffs on Wednesday at 4 p.m. if necessary. Until next time, Ben Simon here for the St. Louis Chess Club. So long from the Show Me State.